morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to North Cali Regional Park here in Naples, Florida. This is Coach Nino with Max Flex Fitness and the Blue Zones Project. So excited to be back here for another edition of our Move Naturally series. Today we're going to cover a little bit more about planes of motion. I'm going to show you how we move in different directions. We move forward, we move side to side, and we move rotationally. That would be a big part of moving naturally. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Let's just warm up the body, and we're just kind of getting the arms and legs moving, just in that little bit of a march. We've done a lot of these different types of movements in our previous videos on the core, on balance, on dynamic movement. So now we're going to keep along the same theme. Let's just get the arms up, get them pumped, get warmed up on this beautiful morning outdoors, love and life, right? So let's just go side to side. All right, so now when we talk planes of motion, we're working in a different area, all right, a different part of the body. So just side to side, and you can get your arms going if you want, a little bit more dynamic, get them swinging, And now we're gonna go into a hamstring curl, okay? So I can actually pull in and engage my shoulder blades as I pull my legs in, okay? Just to kind of get the hamstring warmed up. I'm gonna do a great video after this on the best of, so really excited, so stay tuned for that one as well. Okay, 2, 1, and we're gonna go into some rotation, just some low to high chop. So we're working a different part of your core muscle, your lower back, that's involved in rotation, planes of motion. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and do the other side, loading that hip, keeping that core nice and tight. Breathe. Okay, so important to breathe. And I hope that you guys have been doing these exercises, these exercises with family, right? Okay. And good. Let's go ahead and reach. So rotating again, rotating from the ankle and the foot. Okay. And I hope that by you doing these exercises, you start to see a little bit of a change in maybe, the way you feel, right? And, maybe sometimes some people might have lost weight. Some people might have gained strength. Some people might have better balance. And that's what we're looking for in life, balance. All right, and relax. Go ahead and just shrug for me. Give me that good shrug. Shrug it back and shrug it forward. You feel warmed up. Get that oxygen through the body. All right, fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna go into balance, all right? And real easy, this is something that you can do just when you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth. Go ahead and just take it right here. So I'm just gonna take it into a left leg balance. You wanna hold that for 10 to 15 seconds. When I'm doing this exercise, the first thing I want you to focus on is drawing in your core muscle, okay? The abdominal muscles. That's gonna kind of keep you centered. And you're gonna hold that. Some of you should feel that ankle kind of getting a little fired up. 2, 1, and relax, shake it out, Let's go to the other side. Okay, and you'll feel that one side might not be as balanced as the other. So that's okay. It just shows, okay, maybe I need to work on this a little bit. Hold that balance. Some of you might feel that in that hip and that glute on the outside. Just gaining that stability, getting that balance, so you can move better through everyday life. 2, keep that a little wobbly here, and relax. Okay, great. So now you should feel fired up into the ankle, the knee, the hip. We're gonna move in a different plane of motion now, okay? Our plane of motion is going to be side to side, into balance. Okay, so right here. So I want you to take it into balance, all right? And we're just gonna go take it to the side and then back slow. Take it to the side, back slow, okay? So you see where I have to gain stability on that left side. 3, 4, I'm not gonna dip, hold on to it, and 5. So if that's hard for you, you can use a chair just to kind of hold on to. Now let's take it to the other side. Maintain that balance, neutral spine. Side, not as easy as you think. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Notice that wobbly. All right, get a little wobbly. That's good. That's called stability. That's called balance, okay? Now we're gonna go into balance moving forward, okay? Just holding on to it. So we're gonna go up and back slow. Up, back slow. I'm not gonna sway. Okay, I'm gonna fire from my hip. 3, 2, notice I'm so slow, working on that balance and stability. And fantastic. Okay, other side. Okay. 1, we'll go for 5. 2, core is tight, right? 3, 4, 5. All right. Now we're centered, now we're grounded. We're gonna get into some different movements. A squat, a basic squat. There's so many different variations we can do with the basic squat. So let's just go over the mechanics first. Okay, my feet are hip and shoulder width. I'd like to show you from a side view so you can take a look at my spine. I'm gonna look nice and tall. My hips are gonna be bent, my knees are gonna be bent. And I'm just gonna sit back to the height of a chair and then up, okay? This is something that you can do at home, just to the height of a chair. So you wanna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And we'll cover a little bit more of the squat in our next video. So this is actually a good warm-up for that. We're gonna go into a squat, into a lateral movement, okay? So now, I want you to take it here, sit back in the squat. Now again, if you need a chair, you can use that into hip abduction or away from the body. Down in the squat. And then up, really feeling that hip and that glute, getting fired up, and I'm balancing on the opposite side. How about 2 more? 4, whoop. Hold on to that balance, right? And 5, good neutral posture. Feels good to be outside, working out outside. You know, we're so cooped up into the house, especially these days in everyday life. It's good to be outside, working out with friends, seeing friends, staying connected with people, and doing these types of natural movements just to kind of lift our spirits up a little bit. Help us to be connected. So important. Give me 2 more. Really feel that in the hip and that glute. Okay. You know, and I tell you, working planes of motion are so important because in everyday life, we're not just moving forward. Okay, when we exercise, we think we do, but in everyday life, we're moving. Okay, we're reaching, we're picking things up. That's a huge part about moving naturally. Not just when you're exercising, but when you're doing things around the house, when you're, you're gardening, when you're doing lawn work. These days, we have a lot of time for that, right? All right, so here, let's go ahead. Now we're gonna go into squat and rotation. Great exercise. Just like I'm picking something up from the ground. I'm gonna take it and watch my right foot rotate to the top with my hip, okay? So that basic squat, I'm gonna take it to the other side. Down. See how I can pull it all together, right? I could turn that basic squat into a rotation and just practice moving in everyday life. I'm down and I rotate, okay? Look at that ankle. That's where my strength, that's where my power comes from. Golfers, any type of rotational sport, we use something in the fitness industry called the kinetic chain. Okay, kinetic chain means everything works together. Let's go for a couple more. All right, now we're feeling it. We're starting to feel the body move, warm up. Everything's coming together, right? Be consistent in your workout. One more here, and then up. All right, really feel the shoulders getting warmed up here. We're gonna take it into core. Everybody wants to work that powerhouse, that core. So we're gonna work on just a regular plank, 10 to 15 seconds. And we'll cover this again in the next video. Okay, I like to start off plank on my hands. And the reason why is it's not so hard on my lower back. It can be harder on your wrist, and I'll show you variation. We're gonna start off at about 10-second plank here. Drawing the abdominals in. You see where my shoulders are right above my hands. I'm looking down, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades in my core. 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, and we're going to go into now an elbow plank. If I could tell you one exercise to do, maybe two, it would be the plank, it would be the squat. But there's a lot more. I'm not going to let you off the hook for those two. All right, so keep it nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now we're going to go into side plank. Side plank, again, is working in that, what I would call the frontal plate or lateral. So I'm going to take my elbows down, okay, and I'm going to place my bottom leg down as such, okay? You can bring it up if you want, but I'm going to place it down, and I'm just going to take my hand on my hip, and I'm going to hold that. 3, 2, feeling it in through here. 1, and I'm going to take it to the other side. When we work planes of motion, we're setting up our bodies for different parts of different muscle groups throughout the body. I'm working more of my oblique muscle here as compared to my abdominal muscle. Keeping a tight neutral spine. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now just one set here. Okay. We're going to do a side plank into rotation. All right. And you can do the other side. So my arm's going to come up in here. In yoga, they would call this what? Thread the needle. I'm really feeling that throughout my oblique. Breathe in. Breathe out and squeeze. Bringing it up. You really feel that through the core oblique muscles, which are so important for lower back protection. And give me one more. And release. Okay, are you warmed up yet? All right. So let's get ready for our next video. Our next video is going to be the best of. I'll answer all your questions as far as what are the best exercises for you for these particular muscle groups. Keep moving naturally. Coach Nino from Max Flex Fitness, Southwest Florida Blue Zones Project. We love you. See you next video.